this ain't working. All right, Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so I apologize that the lighting is kind of like weird right now, but I had the windows open and it was just too bright. So hold on, I don't like the way this looks. Do I like that? You see? Do I like that? All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's where we at. Ew, I don't like the little dots on my face. Okay, so yeah, I was just going through some of the books on the bookshelf, and I pulled this one here. And I don't know, I sat down and started reading a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is very interesting. Let's go ahead and read a little bit of this, right? So it's talking about Babylon's confusion, okay? So I guess this is ecclesiastical, okay? And it says the day of vengeance, okay? I like the way that sounds. All right, so, all right. So again, it's saying something about, we'll start here. I will admit, hold on, look, we don't have to use the glasses, okay? All right. All right, so I will admit that this is true in some sense, for though they admire the eloquence of the orator and wonder at his or her courage, though they approve his logical argument, yet they are very stubborn and will not join Christianity as long as they think it is a Western morality to preach one thing and practice another. All right. It says, if any religion teaches injustice to humanity, I will oppose it. Wow. You know what? This is exactly what Rand, well, it's not exactly, okay? But he was just talking about something. Apologies. Okay, I didn't even cover my mouth. Okay, sorry. I didn't think it was going to come out like that. But yeah, this kind of sounds like something that I was listening to a clip just a second. It's so funny how that happens. It's almost like somebody's calling. The world's judgment of the ecclesiastical powers. The criticism of ecclesiasticalism is fully as severe as that of monarchy and aristocracy. Aristocracy. Okay. I was about to say cratsy, but it's not spelled like that. For they are recognized as one in interest. Of these sentiments, the following will serve as illustrations. So yeah, this is talking about an overthrow of something, of the church, opposed to the church, in which eventually can overthrow. The Christian church is in the midst of a great conflict. Never since the organization of Christianity have many forces been arrayed against her. Okay. What certain theologians are pleased to call the world powers was never stronger than it is today. No longer is the church. No longer is the church opposed by barbaric races, by superstitious philosophers, by priests of mythical religions, but by the highest culture, the deepest learning, and the profoundest wisdom of enlightened nations. All along the line of her progress, she is resisted by the world power, which represents the highest attainments and the best ideas of human mind. All right. Now are all her opponents found beyond the pale, within her solemn shades, robed in her vestments. So again, this is just taking, this is talking about, the whole replacement of putting idols in in place over God. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is the book. It's called Studies in the Scriptures, the Path of the Just and the Shining Light, which shineth more and more unto the perfect day. That's kind of like the sun was just blazing up in here. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's look at this. All right. Look at, hold on. What is this book? Okay. Oh, all right. All right. So again, it's okay. So this is the Battle of Armageddon. Okay. And this book is from 18, it looked kind of bad or whatever, but I had to get it. Okay. From 1897. Okay. And it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So again, that's the first mistake I feel. Okay. Let's go ahead and put something right here to hold this page. I feel like that's the first mistake, because the kings of the east are foreign. If if like if this female is who I think it is, she's not even really American. So I'm wondering whose family trees are they actually using? Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. And it says that the way of the kings of the east may be prepared. So we're going to just go ahead and put out in the ether that that should be blocked, really. Because I feel like I know who these people are and what they're exactly what they're trying to do. So there's some reason why we up in this text. Let's go ahead. All right. And then it says, and I saw three unclean. Now, okay. Three unclean spirits, the spirits of devils, working miracles, go like recording people in their home and shit like that. Go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to battle, to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. And he gathered them together into a place called in Hebrew tongue Armageddon. So that's Revelation 16, 13 through 16. And this is, yeah, this is this Dawn Bible, branches, branch offices in Canada and England. Okay. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish reading where we were at. Okay. I just thought that that might be, give us a little bit of footing as to what this book is about. Okay. Um, so is it this page? Okay, look at this. Look at this, y'all. I don't even know where to start. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's all okay. Let's just start here where we were at. Okay. So again, robed in her vestments, right? So these people are wearing false, these are all imposters. Yeah. Corey Bush, Maxine Waters, you know, all these entities here, even the ones in the White House. Mm-mm-mm. And they're all communicating together just to try to go against the empress. Like they feel like this is an impossible win here. Okay. These people have been abusing, bullying, and doing whatever they stealing, manipulating. They have been doing spell using spelling and spell work, you know, scratching off stuff on documents and stuff like this in order to, you know, I feel like there's that whole them trying to force that African energy again. They can kiss this book. All right. I was gonna say something else, but we gonna just not be going there today. All right. Yeah, so I feel like this is the energy here, okay? Because they think they've won, but I think that we're in the energy of, you know what? See, now this is where we gotta start going already. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull as I go. Yeah, because I'm thinking what they've done is already put like some kind of restriction on my channel already for what I spoke probably last night. So I don't even know if we even gonna be able to go even far with this. But let's go ahead. I just want to pull something for that. Okay. All right. So again, robed in her vestments, voicing her commands See, and that's what I'm saying, using her own words to, place these commands, representing her to the world. Okay, so this makes me think about Biden going over to the G7 thing or whatever, over to the UK or wherever the hell he just went. And I know that I told y'all that day when he went, I said, what did I say? You can go back and see what I said yesterday. All right. It's about something that's going on with what's going on right here. Okay. And I feel like also this is also something that is going on also possibly with they're trying to make me the scapegoat and place Elodio over me, which is a travesty. Or someone else. Okay, someone else in that nature or in that yeah. Yeah, so okay, there we go, right here. The Five of Pentacles. All right, this is where they want to have me. And the Five of Pentacles, left out in the cold. Hold on one second. This is about to get on my nerves because must be something wrong with this camera. Okay. So again, we got the Five of Pentacles, but it's in reverse, okay? Because I feel like whatever this is, these people want to leave me out in the cold, leave me bound. I think it's even going to say something about being bound or blinded here, okay? I feel like whatever they had plans or whatever is not going to work, okay? I feel like somebody from a higher level is seeing what these people are doing, actually paying a little bit more attention is all really I asked for, and to keep these grimy energies away from me, masculine and feminine, that try to come into your chambers spiritually or whatever other kind of way the fuck they're doing, okay? That's mainly the only things that I ask, that I really reach out and ask source for, okay? So I don't know what we have, the Fool in reverse, okay? So again, this makes me think about like stepping out on a limb, okay? And I feel like again, maybe some people were expecting for somebody to fall off this cliff with some rash moves. But I think that, again, they don't realize that the movement of that which is here and anointed by source is a little bit different. It is. Especially, and you know why it's different? Because of the treatment of the people. And they want to say that it's God that's doing it to them. But that's what religion will do to you if you don't know how to read the word. And again, these fell, and that's the truth. This is the truth. This is the type of enlightenment that we're looking for here. Coming straight up out the ether. Somewhere that you can't even really fathom. You can't even name what we talking about. You just couldn't. Okay? All right? So let's finish reading this page at least, and then I'll pull something else. So we got the Five of Pentacles. Like I said, this is making me think about this. Even they got the girl sitting here, the key sitting on the floor. It's almost like Alice in Wonderland when she left the big old key, when she left the little key on the table or whatever, she had to get big to go get it. So again, more obstacles. I feel like that's what this is. This is the people knowing that there's a win here. They know exactly what they're witnessing here, but because they feel like they have money, they feel like they have the power. Okay. And so I feel like this is the energy. Actually, even this looks like guess what? When I look at this little, whatever this is right here by her, it looked like a pillar of salt, right? Because somebody thought that, that they wife might turn into a pillar of salt. But I feel like I pushed that and I reversed that shit and sent it right back to them and their wife, because a lot of these women that these masculines end up, especially the ones that were close to me, ended up with finding women that couldn't stand me, or that they loved me together, right? And so whatever they were doing was trying to, ruin whatever I had going on. Like I could, if I, this is what I'm saying about a man. If I got a man and I know it's just me and him, okay, I will fight to the death. I will fight to the death for that man. All right. But if I feel like it's about 250 bitches along with that, oh, you could just go ahead and keep that shit. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. All right. Now, so I'm aware of like kingdom building. Yeah. But like, you're not about to play me by putting 200 bitches before me. You know what I'm saying? And then have them sitting here trying to tutor me. Like they even on my motherfucking level. I can't even see. All right. So we got the Magician here. Okay. And this is in the upright. It's not reverse here. See, calling on. They calling on this masculine too. See, it's easy for these women to be broken down and be silent and remain in the dark and shit like that, okay, and not be heard. And then somebody that just got that, somebody that is a leader or has that presence that's supposed to move forward and change things on this, they try to conduct how you gonna do things. No, that's you do what you do, sit back, and then I don't do what I do for attention. But at least I want somebody to hear it, because if nobody can hear the shit, then how is we gonna be able to realize what's going on and how we can change it? So, like I told you, if it was for attention, after 1,300 videos and only 1,000 subscribers, I think I would have stopped, because that's impossible anyway, right? So we know that somebody is doing something to conflict or to mess with the algorithm for this platform. Period. All right. So yeah, we have the magician working some type of magic here. Now I feel like this is maybe just also making me think about inner alchemy, how this light and stuff like this is coming out of her or his hands. This is something that somebody is able to do at a whim. So this may be something about learning a craft or learning how to, better manifest or something like this for somebody. Okay. And this could be also somebody looking down inside of this thing, thinking that they're going to continue to do magic on you. But this orb right here in the middle, they can't even affect this anymore. The magic is coming out and going around this. It's not even going to be able to penetrate whatever this center or this core energy is. Okay. So again, that could go two ways. Okay. So let's go ahead and look, since we're talking about this woman here, okay, which I feel is wisdom or the Ruach or the Holy Spirit that people say with their mouth that they're dealing with, but actually their dealings usually go away from this feminine energy and towards God, because and they'll look at you as being disobedient or that rowdy one, but you're the one that came here to save what. So there's a difference between a Messiah and a savior, but I feel like it's just energy anyway. Sometimes I'm in the energy of that, and sometimes I'm not. All right. And sometimes I'm just saying, as people in general, I don't know. I use I a lot. I'm not even, when I think about it like that, I'm not even talking about just me, me, me. I'm talking about, because whatever I do is for the people. I feel like I put myself out there for the people. I put, in a way where you may be targeted or you may be judged wrongly, or people may be able to, because I feel like everybody can't do this, but while you have the opportunity and the chance to do this, and as long as you stay up righteous, I feel source allows some of us to go ahead and come on the plane and do this. And I think when it comes to the Ruach or wisdom, one of these guys know what it is. Okay. The only upper hand they have is time, okay, preparation, money, and they have a group, okay, of people that they can send against the feminine energy if she dares to stand in her own power, okay, if she dares to want to stand next to him in public. All right, that's what one of these guys, maybe that's the jealousy of that God, possibly, when it comes to Yahweh, okay, I mean Jehovah. It may be that every time his counterpart comes in, she's as aware, okay, as he is, but he has tricks and things up his sleeves with this magician energy. See, because they wipe her clean, they try to wipe her mental clean. That's what I feel like they're doing to me. All right. While these, because I was thinking men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And again, this is showing me, this thing right here is making me think about some kind of iris energy. Like there's some kind of implants in people's eyes or something where they can change the channel and check on these women that they've purchased or not, or that they, whatever it would be. Okay. I feel like this is how they're going to keep their eye on you to a certain extent. Okay. And some of this is outward things. Okay. Like satellites and stuff like this. Okay. It depends on which God you're dealing with, I feel. Okay. All right. So they're arrayed against her. Okay. Certain theologies are placed to call the world power was never stronger. Okay. It says no longer is the church opposed by barbaric races, superstition. Okay. We already read this part. All right. The deepest learning and the profoundest wisdom of enlightenment and of enlightened nations. All along the line of her progress, she is resisted by the world power. Okay. Nor are all her opponents found beyond the pale. So the pale, that's P-A-L-E. I don't know. That's making me think about, I think black means pale. if I'm not mistaken, in etymology. Within her solemn shades, okay? Robbed in her vestments, voicing her commands, representing her to the world, stand many who are ready to cast off her authority and dispute her supremacy. Multitudes who yet obey her decrees are beginning to question and doubt, is this the first step towards disobedience and desertion? The world will never know how many honest souls within the church groan in spirit and are troubled, yet keep a seal upon their lips and a chain upon their tongues for conscience sake, lest they cause their brother to offend. They are silent, not for fear of rebuke. Well, I guess I was rebuking a couple of. Ooh, okay. All right. That was one of my key words last night before going to bed. All right. It says, for the time has gone by when to speak freely was to suffer persecution, and when to suggest that the church might not be infallible was to be accused of infidelity. See, these are the things that we prophesied about already here. Okay. And this is what they feel like they can do. But this is why I talk like I talk and I walk like I walk, because there's something inside of me that people may not have listened to that voice long ago. People may have just laid down and taken this type of behavior from infidels and these people that are imposters, that are in places of power that don't belong there. These powers that shouldn't be. All right. And will not be over me. I don't know about you. Okay. So it says, he says the demand is not for a new gospel, but for an old gospel with a new meaning. So this is that peace, love, and light when war is actually. So again, in the biblical text, we talk about those who say peace, peace, and it's war. All right. So again, that's the energy that they want. They want you to overlook, sugarcoat, do all these things to manipulate. Again, my God is not the author of confusion. And that's why I think they done came up out here and took me out of that energy of dealing with these individuals that cannot take my light. No matter what crowd it is, they've turned away. They know not what the fuck they do. All right. It just is what it is. It says everywhere the demand is more for a more literal and faithful proclamation of the precepts of the founder of Christianity. Okay, the Sermon of the Mount is too many the epitome of divine philosophy. Preach it, preach it. Cry, reformers of every school, everywhere. Not only preach it, but exemplify it. Show us, they say. This is what, listen, right before I came on here, this is what Paul Rand was saying. Something he was calling it some kind of something here, okay? It was made up by a man that some kind of immoral, unjust, something happened to him, okay? I'm gonna have to go back and find it. Maybe I'll go ahead and try to link it. And y'all notice I say try, because it just be too many things and it's just me. Okay. So it says, show us, they say, that your practices conform to these precepts, and we will believe you. Follow Christ, and we will follow you. Okay. It says, but just here lies the controversy. Now, let me see if it's still here. No, I already, okay. All right. The Five of Wands. Okay, one of the cards fell on the floor and it just happened to be the Five of Wands. And I said, why does it feel like there's some kind of conflict? I feel like people are trying to be very calm about it, but I do find a conflict on high. So even I feel like I went low last night when I did the video about the whole spying or whatever. And then today, with the sun blaring in as I open up this book, it's like I'm going somewhere else here with a more elevated something today, because you're able to go up and down. Believe me. Okay. You just are. All right. So it says here, Yeah, the precepts of Christ, okay? Um, to teach his gospel. The world listens and replies. So I don't know if this is talking about like a Drumpf energy, but I feel like this is this whole thing. People are they're trying to get me to cosign for the energy. And I'm like, I'm just very confused. I feel like there's some kind of connection there. But at this point, I'm just like, look what's sitting right here in the front of this. This is my I have a dream deck. That's what I call it. Okay. The sun. It says paint the sun back into your sky. So this is telling me that you're standing your ground. You know who you are. They know who you are. And you refuse to talk to, and there's that 11 here, okay? I feel like a feminine energy was just showing me 1111 on her, showing online 1111 on her wrist, okay? So, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like all this stuff coming in from different directions here, okay? They're just signs, okay? All right. And it says the world listens and replies. Okay. So again, this is over here. I was thinking we talking about the world, like everybody. And here I feel like we're talking about the world card energy. And we could also be talking about the world too. So I like to just, I like to, you know. So it says the world listens and replies. Okay. You have perverted the truth. And behold, the spectacle of an unbelieving world teaching a believing church the true principles of her religion. Okay. So again, I feel like this is them catching a whatever moment, a private moment in a private bedroom. So again, if the only way that they can try to do this, okay, is by doing that, well, that's illegal. And then whoever's doing that and leaking that should be in jail already. And it's none of their fucking business what's going on. But at the end of the day, it really didn't, nothing really happened all the way, right? But that's not none of their fucking business. I feel like this is a masculine or a god with a little g, okay? Or possibly a big G god, all right? That is trying to force something that they don't even want. It's almost like this is just what these people have been turned on to do. They're almost like mental assassins. They're almost like they're programmed to attack the Empress. Period. They know who is the true power right now. They know who they seek for extra whatever, okay? Guidance, all right? So it's just when they think they want to hear from the God on earth or the closest to God, they speak to all of us. But there's all of us going to have a different way to interpret and say what we're saying here. It just is what it is. And a lot of feminine energies and stuff like that, I feel like they might be connected to masculines, are upset with my presence. But it comes with the fucking territory. Just does. Because this is me having to stand on my own. Because whichever God this is, likes to have his cake and eat it too. He know he's always going to have a problem with me and then write me off like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Why couldn't we just sleep together? Well, honey, you wanted to do a little bit more than that not too long ago until you started fucking with these other women, these idols. All right, that's putting witchcraft and everything on you. And and family and friends that really would rather us not, get together because, it's going to outshine or outdo anything that they've done. So again, if I choose to keep that thought, if I'm going to be hurt by somebody walking away or something like that, that's fine. But just know that I told you, and just know that I know who I am. So you really can't be upset with that. Who would be? Like, who would be upset? Except for somebody that's jealous. Because this is somebody that's evenly yoked, this emperor and empress. And I apologize, but there's only one. You don't get a couple different sets of emperor and empress, okay? Kings and knights and stuff like that, yeah. That's like almost like the Jesus Christ energy intertwined on earth. And so I don't see why, if this masculine knows this, I mean, what's the holdup? You meet somebody where they're at, or you don't want to meet them at all. All right? So, let's see. All right? And plus, this is me looking at everybody else outside, like, also that they believe in this church principle, but they want to be having all these other extracurricular activities. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to sexual immoralities, whether it's in a bed or in some type of decree, okay, or agreement. They're the ones that say one thing and do another. This is one of the most striking and significant signs of the age, and it is altogether new. The world has been familiar from the beginning with the retort, physician, heal thyself. Okay? Again, self, okay? Yeah. This is what we were just talking about, I feel like, the other day. That self-love, that self-recognition, don't need nobody else. That's why they say that to some of us, all right, that seem like we okay to heal on our own and we can, they surprised, they shocked it, and it's shocking all. But it messes with this one of these masculines, okay? Or some of them feminines as well. That mess that bothers them. And it's not even to the point where you got to get up here and be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just something that bothers them. Just me being like this and being humble as possible. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to trigger something within these people because they have been trained. They have a trained ear to do this. All right, so it says the world has been familiar from the beginning with retort. Physician, heal thyself. But only in modern times have men ventured to say, physician, let us prescribe the medicine. All right, so again, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So they'll take big pharma and whatever they tell you, even though the stuff they giving you is still killing you. You may take a little bit longer. It's just a slow kill at that, right? And it's adding on other health concerns that you would have. But when it comes to natural healers and all these other type of healers that you can go to, there's a problem. Or they end up missing or dead. And we allowed that to happen for a long time. And now we're to the point where we're looking back at all the things that we let them have power over, take control over us with this threat of this COVID. Oh, you know what I'm saying, okay? I don't know why I'm about to say covenant too, okay? Out of fear. Once somebody gets you to fear something all day long, every day, the way that they have, they can get you to do any damn thing and believe and think you see anything. It's just the way it is. That's the art of war, okay? So again, let them prescribe. So again, this is them saying somebody did this. Okay, they're supposed to fix this. Okay, we have this, but let us go ahead and get the remedy or the method here. And just believe me, these are men that are out of spite, that they might have thought they had a connection with you, but you couldn't sense the connection because really you're a feminine energy. Well, in my energy, I'm a feminine energy that's made for one. Why do I need to look anywhere else for someone else once I found that, once I've been pierced, right? So again, in my case, I feel like there's three actually. Two when it comes to the world card, and then the person that's here on this plane. That don't mean you got to be in my face all day. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like these are companionships that are not supposed to die. And I feel like whatever this is, people are trying to break up those companionships because they know that it's strong. It's kind of like breaking down the family that been holding themselves together for thousands of years and saying that that's the best thing when they're the only ones fighting for themselves. It makes no sense. So they think that they can come up with some kind of time for you, jail time, or you know what? I think I need to open a little bit this window back up. I just hope it's not too bright. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so I feel like they're trying to cause mental illness. Oh, we're going to do biological warfare. We're going to do chemical warfare. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to go ahead and start putting mental illness on some of these documents. And then we're going to start locking up some of these women. They're causing too much problems. They won't just shut up and be quiet. There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that. My boldness to stand up to God over the children and the people on this plane is the reason why I feel like we even had a chance to heal anything in the first place. But these men, which it says in the Bible, there are none that are good that are left, right? So it makes me think about spirit, okay? Where somebody was supposed to feel bad because they didn't meet this person in the flesh, but they were not supposed to. It was something about it where I think they weren't supposed to, but they made it more so like, oh, because you did something wrong. And it's really because somebody doesn't want whatever this is. We haven't seen whatever this is in centuries or decades. Like this is something that is just totally different. It's a once in a lifetime thing, I feel. All right. So if the masculine want to be fooled, I told y'all this have to do with now we can go ahead and turn around and say who really should take the blame. And I feel like it's not. But again, they're dealing with chemical warfare, which I said they can be changing the DNA makeup of people, which might be why some of us feminine are getting locked more into a masculine energy here. Right. And that's also too people that may look at you as like you have it too good or something like this. And they want to make you be in a position where you have to go out and make it when they know good and damn well you didn't already put your work in and something is supposed to be given to you at least to this point. If it's just a word of encouragement or whatever the fuck it is, but some of us, they're just trying to block. They're trying to block whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. And and they use money to do it. That's why, then that's when it becomes the root of all evil. And that's when the collapse comes on. And that's when shit changed in the favor. Like, I mean, it just happens over and over again. So again, they want to come up with a remedy. Well, what should we do? Well, this person can't be on social media. Oh, well, we're going to go ahead and lock this family down for 1,000 years. Oh, we're going to go ahead and do this and that. This is what these people are conspiring behind the scenes. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. This is exactly what they're conspiring behind the scenes against me. And to dilute it, that's why I'm saying it's a kind of like that force field that has the ancestors behind them. Right? You're going to support that, or do you want to go around the country and find one ancestor or somebody that's dealing with 2 or 3 of their ancestors or whatever? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's where some people go wrong, because they don't want to give the flowers to a motherfucker until you dead and gone. They don't want to pass your bill or whatever until you dead and gone. You could have been working in this position for like 50 years. And it's just like this love-hate kind of relationship, dude. It really is. We got the 4 of Pentacles here, okay? And I feel like this is dealing with, somebody holding something close to their heart still. Although she looked like she looking off to the side, like she ain't really bothered, but she is a little bit bothered. And I feel like this is the mirroring energy of the twin. But I feel like the twin is surrounded by people that don't have his best interests at heart if he want to keep him away from his empress. Because she has been pressed to be, or even created to be, that person, okay, that is going to be his match, that is going to protect him, and I don't know, it's just like I feel like it's just supposed to be a mutual thing, but nobody's trying to be a salesman over here and no shit like that. This person should already know that. All right. Yeah, so I feel like, yeah, okay, so we have so I feel, yeah, this is the energy, like taking this surfboard and going out on some type of venture. Okay. The 3 of Wands is like your sights being set on something else above the horizon or something like this is what I'm getting from this card. Okay. Yeah. So and we can't allow these people to do this, because some of these things that they're putting in place, like this judge and like some of these other acts and stuff, they're trying to make it a forever thing. I don't know why they do that or where, because somebody's trying to pin something in. They're trying to pin it down right now. And I feel like that's a major part of this New World Order energy, is because they need to be able to get some of these things that are going to be passed forever to put these, and it shouldn't be a damn thing on this earth that should be put in play forever. And if somebody can change that, they need to go ahead and change that shit right now, because that just sounds ridiculous to me. That's a shoe-in for evil or corrupt energy to go ahead and start. All right. So we got death and rebirth here. Okay. So I feel like this has something to do with some red societies, red hat, red dress, something societies or some shit like this. Okay. Also dealing with the sky people or something like this. People that can see on high. All right. So you wonder if it's a death and rebirth and what's leading it, to make sure that if that is happening, like what killed you or who? Is it really that? And then again, this rebirth, are you being yourself are you being authentic when you come back into whatever this is? Because there is a horn right here coming out of the side of this image here that's over this hooded person. It's making me think about that ruthless energy, because it had to be something that was ruthless to take something down in order to be able to rebuild it. And I feel like the same thing goes with some of us in our temples or our mindset. But I feel like some people are saying you got to come back so positive and all like this and not be upset about. And again, just because you challenge people and because you want justice for certain things and you're making noise about them doesn't mean that you're a troublemaker. It doesn't mean, like, what are you talking about? If we go on like this, then we're gonna have a bunch of fools, and that's only from people that sit in the background. Okay, when they've been given a platform of power next to someone or with someone, and they just sit there and they don't have nothing to say. They don't have nothing to offer but good looks. A trophy wife. Good looks and how to spend fucking money. Okay? And then you want me to compete with a motherfucker like that? Just because they quiet and they don't say much and they just, no, I don't think so. I'd rather not. All right? It says, when the poor and needy, the oppressed, and the sorrowing, because believe me, those women are going to be just as quiet as they are now when this is happening to the people. They're going to be just as quiet and behind the scenes when these particular things are happening to the people. And that's why they pick these women. These are idols. These women do not have the same soul as some of us here. They just don't happen to be leaders, some of them. But again, it's not their fault. It's the masculines that choose to derail or degrade a woman that is acting in her nature. She is pure. They're waiting for the one time, just like they was waiting for the one time for Jesus to say something. They're waiting for the one time where they can snatch up an opportunity to try to say something, but they really can't say nothing about the situation. They really can't. All right. So it says the oppressed and the sorrowing, who are taught to look to heaven for future recompense. Ain't that what she doing right here, though? But again, just which heaven are we talking about? The government and the energy that has been exalted above us, okay? That's supposed to work for us? Or are we talking about something that's centered somewhere else in your mind? Like going to a place. For future recompense, saw a holy priest and favored princesses, robed in purple and fine linen, and faring sumptuously every day. Saw them lying up treasures on earth in defiance of the moth and rust and thieves. Saw them with easy conscience, serving God and mammon. They began to doubt their sincerity. Now, remember, I don't know why. Okay, now serving God and mammon. Okay, so again, I feel like this is also the energy probably talking about the world card, but this could also be those two pillars that we keep talking about. Okay, and then this could also be the image that we showed of the Lion's Gate. Looks like it might be Mesopotamian, but I'm not sure. Okay, but that Lion Gate energy, serving God and mammon. So this made me think God and man. Look at this, man. It made me think mammon. Yes. This is making me think of someone who is in the likeness of God that's not God. Again, we were talking about the gate and then the back door. I feel like that's what this is talking about. Serving God and mammon. They begin to doubt the sincerity. And I feel like there's God energy with me, and then there's masculine, and then there's, maybe whatever he's got. Like, wow. I feel like this is a mirroring energy here. But it's almost like I see this energy of somebody reaching their hand out, but they won't take the other person's hand. They're just trying to make up all these things. And that's why I feel about these people. They stall. They make up reasons why they can't communicate or they can't get with. They know everything about you. Some of us elect that are supposed to be doing things here. Okay, and leading or setting examples. But they want to talk about what you're doing in your bedroom. They don't want to offer you a time to sit down and talk about something else that matters. And that's where, that's when I lose interest, but then I go within, right? And even just like, why am I even here then? You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy here. Because everybody needs somebody, you know what I'm saying, at some point in their journey, right? It's almost like the ancestors having a code where somebody will now take you under their wing, but they never show up. Like, what kind of shit is that? And it says, presently, they began to affirm that all truth does not dwell under a church spire. And this is true. That the church is powerless. Now, I wouldn't say that for, whatever reasons, okay? But I feel like, again, the church has failed us, okay? Depending on what kind of church we're talking about, because the church can also be a person or a building or a temple or something of that note, okay? That's them probably looking at the empress after doing all these things and saying that it's powerless, or also maybe looking at some because I'm thinking about the discompartmentalizing of the empress with her pineal, her kundalini, her heart, okay, dealing with her heart, and then her flow, okay, her river, all right, trying to control it with breadcrumbing and this twin flame journey and all these things. Like, we're trying to talk about it in like 2022, okay, with going back into the past as well, and things that we are dealing with actually today that we can resonate what happened then and now, okay, that she cannot prevent misfortune, okay. So this is also that protecting, because they got, like, I feel like this is a time where we have sorcery after we have people coming in through the country, we don't know where they're coming from, and they're bringing century old like practices that they use in their lands, and they're attacking American women with these things. It's just how it's been done over time. And then they also take in the men, and then the men turn against their god, which is their woman. And then they go into certain industries and stuff like that, and then they practice doing this over and over again to the fullest effect. And that's why God tore that shit down. So they could be mad, and I think that's why they're mad at the Empress, because the Empress is one of the ones that was spearheading the energy with no holds barred. And they talk about forgiveness, but I don't think they've forgiven me for that, for the fall of, well, someone say Babylon, but I'm talking about the fall of certain industries here. So those people took everything that they had and took it upon their liberty to go and turn the camera towards people like me, right, and expose them. And it was out of spite. It was just something that they were doing because they were upset. And I feel like that's what it was. So this is why you won't win, because somebody feel like you hurt something of theirs. You hurt their feelings and they have not healed. So and then that's the time where I had to step into my own zone, realizing that I'm a motherfucking God, if not the most high on this plane right now. In my world, it don't have to be that way for nobody else, but for me. Because it's obviously something different between me. All right. And I know I'm obligated, and all of these other women on the sideline that's being set up pretty. Because there's only one of the originals right now. Okay. That's supposed to be being a leader. That's supposed to be seen in working with other people and things like this in this time. But these are the ones, again, some in the head of each families too. Okay. That have been, set aside, or, the black sheep or whatever. Okay. And it's to make everybody look at you as like what not to do. See, she's different. She goes against the grain. She does this. This is what you shouldn't do. But really, inside, you feeling like a whole fool something. You feeling like a whole fool, like, what the look, even this death and rebirth. In the inside, you feeling like this. You know what I'm saying? You like, what? Mental illness, what? You know what I'm saying? I have to work for who? You see what I'm saying? That's this energy. So saying these things, I'm definitely going to be getting some Eight of Wands energy coming in, because one of these masculines don't like for me to talk like that. Whatever I say I don't like, he makes sure to do it times 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's that kind of energy. Okay. But again, as long as you're feeling some kind of way within, it don't even matter what people saying on the outside. It's when you invade somebody's privacy and call yourself exploiting them because you're upset about something. And it's so cowardly, because some of these people, they know you don't know where they are, but they make sure to know where you are. All right. To have access to you. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Serving God and mammon, they began to doubt their sincerity. And again, this is the other thing. Seeing them being with God at first, the full power was on. The Simply 3 or the 3, it was on. It wasn't until they trying to bring in and sneak in these other feminists behind. And it is not like I was sitting here on guard all day worried about if that was going on. But I can sense it. I can smell the stench. So it's just like ever since that happened, and that's when everything is going down low. But for these people, it's the best thing ever because they're going to be able to corrupt the whole system and it's going to be built on faulty ground again, is what they feel. Okay. If they make the woman look bad or keep her out. And again, I don't think it's necessarily due to gender. I think it's who the person is. Some people have a problem with that. All right. So again, she cannot prevent misfortune, cannot heal the sick, cannot feed the hungry, and clothe the naked. Okay. Cannot raise the dead. Okay. But I beg to differ. I beg to differ. So maybe this is talking about another feminine energy. Maybe they're showing that this person cannot do this. But then again, I feel like they can't do it without the help of somebody or something. Okay. It's the same thing. I feel like they've been trying to force me to go into that category. Right. But it's only because I feel like whatever work that they're doing on me, what makes it so that I have to struggle a little bit more. They only have one real target. And if you can really target that individual, then you can change the way of the world because that's the person that holds the key code to a lot of things. That's supposed to be cast out or spread like seed. And, some will take up and some will not. And that's not a problem. People shouldn't be punished because they don't want to take it up. But this is something, again, what we're supposed to be doing is supposed to be on the government level. But they want to make sure, they want to make it like you don't matter. This is the way we've been doing it. And if you don't have these credentials, you can't go. And I feel like, no, I think this has something to do with being not so much about documents and certificates, but I don't know. I feel like people are afraid of what's more natural or going back to basics. We trying to run into this new world order energy so fast. I think they fear that. And usually we fear what we do not know, but most of this stuff has already been laid down already and can't be changed. Yeah. I'm feeling like that's a confirmation. A lot of stuff has already been changed. That she cannot prevent this. Okay. All right. And clothe the naked. So this make me think about also turn off these cameras in people's houses. Okay. I think that this is what it's talking about. Protecting the children, protecting the women and children by passing something that will protect people from, first of all, recording people. I mean, it just seemed like it's that easy. Maybe I don't work in that arena, so I don't know for sure, but it seemed like it's that easy to penalize and to go and pick up those tools that they left behind in so-called Afghanistan. Which must be obviously, again, a spiritual essence of that, because wherever they left those weapons, I think is right here in the Americas. And again, they cannot heal the sick because all of these people are looking towards the idol that they've placed up on a platform or a pedestal at this point in time. These people have turned their back on God as a sense here. All right. Going back to basics and farming, nobody will be hungry in the first place. Barter and trading, farmers market, energy. All right. And then cannot raise the dead. Okay. And I do think that this is talking about also raising the dead out of position. But I think that in that untouchable situation, I don't know, I feel like there's perks to it. The underworld energy for some reason. Okay. If we can stop them from invading people's privacy, to be honest. Because how about what if dead in the eyes of law mean that they really can't touch you? If you knew that and you knew how to carry yourself, they really can't do anything to you. So like, don't touch anything dead, but they know that is also going to transmute that type of power or that energy to people. Because a lot of us are more reserved and things like that. And that makes you a little bit more powerful. So I feel like they have it twisted. Because they don't see footsteps or movement. They think that you just lazy or you dead, but you really, you know what I'm saying, vibrating on a level that's like totally immense. Like it's just, I don't know. All right. We don't, it's like a natural high almost. Cannot save the soul. Okay. And that's what I'm waking up every day like, oh Lord, is it still there? Is it still there? Like, because I know motherfuckers after it. You know what I'm saying? They fighting for the soul of America. I know they after it. Is it still there? Okay. Okay. I'm silly. Okay. So it says, then they began to say that a church so weak, so worldly. Okay. So this is making me think about worldly appearance or somebody that's very, fitting in with the Joneses, kind of like a worldly energy here. Okay. World economics, like again, something that may even be like all over the place. Like, okay. Could not be a divine institution. And soon they began to desert her altars. They said to deny the infallibility of the church, the efficiency of her ordinances, or the truth of her creed, is not to deny the efficiency of religion. Okay. We are not at war with Christianity, but with the church's exposition of Christianity. Reverence for divine truth is compatible with the most profound contempt for ecclesiasticism, for the sublime person who trod the earth, for the sublime person who trod the earth, whose touch was life and whose smile was salvation. We have only veneration and love, but no longer for the institution that claims to represent him. So this is them trying to X out, I feel, the feminine energy, or also maybe like the institution, it being like institutionalized or, compartmentalized, or that section or something. Okay. That part of it. Okay. Is what they could be talking about. All right. But I feel like also this is talking about, trying to get rid of the feminine energy, because that's what they were just talking about in the chapter that we were reading. Okay. So again, to somebody to get angry or express themselves or call out what these people that's dirty behind the scenes, this is exactly what happens, right? You can sense it in social media and on different platforms. Okay. While these people laugh and joke about the pictures and stuff that they might have or whatever they're doing to women. Okay. Or plan attacks or rapes or murders. You know what I'm saying? Jealous. This could be somebody that's jealous or whatever too. That might be plotting on you. With close family and friends. Like, we're in a time now that this stuff should not be taken lightly. Right away, that should be the first thing. Because people learn their patterns, what time you go to work, how many children stay at home when you leave. And it's just, I don't know, it's just insanity to me. And again, these people try to say that you were under some kind of surveillance for something that they might need for future reference or something. But these people was never willing, they was never wanting to choose you for anything anyway. You see what I'm saying? It's the way they operate. They were never choosing to do it. But this time they're going to be forced to. Reverence for divine truth is compatible with the most profound contempt. Okay, so we're talking about trod the earth. Whose touch was life. Okay. And whose smile was salvation. Yeah, but no longer for the institution. Okay. So this may be talking about taking in that energy of that church or that Christ energy, or one of version of it, the idol or the actual energy. All right. And they may be talking about actually denouncing those who have been around her, her council or her people or the people that have been working with her, because they have been doing whatever they have been doing behind her back. Okay. Maybe with this wanting to leave her out in the cold, 5 of Pentacles, trying to make her out to be the fool here. Okay. Causing all these death and rebirth cycles that go nowhere because you end up around the same people that keep dragging you down. Stopping you from wanting to go on this journey with your surfboard here, like this girl is. Look how she holding on to this purse. Like, y'all all up in my fucking coins. No, thank you. I mean, this is straight up what she looked like. No, thank you. Nah, I'm gonna keep these couple coins right here to myself. All right. And they all up in the bag. All right. And I feel like that's what this energy is right here. I like prenup all day. Like, don't even come my motherfucking way. Like, I don't know what y'all been doing. I don't even care no more. But whatever we gonna do is stop. Yeah, because look at this. Okay. We got the Two of Swords on the top or bottom of the deck. Okay. With these two crows. Because again, they just want to keep me back in this energy here of not being able to see which way to go. A lot, and when I'm saying me, it should be something that resonates with anybody that's resonating on the same energy. I'm not just being, I'm not like that. Yeah, Three of Swords. And that's what I'm saying. They want to keep with this heartbreak, this breadcrumbing, this love and war energy here. And it's just like so much stuff could have been built together with this individual or these individuals already. We sit here playing games. The tree, look, leaves and shit falling off the trees and everything. People over here drinking on blood. What is she doing? Is that blood? I don't know. Well, air. Maybe she said I'm supposed to breathe with no air. But it just looked like it's death around this person. But this is what I see when I see these women that they want me to compete with. And I'm pretty sure the women that they want me to compete with see it when they look at me. But I feel like there's nothing but abundance. I feel more like this. Like, oh, that's what y'all want to do? Well, I'm going to come over here and just do this then. Okay, so let's see. This is the last little part right here, and we're going to stop. It says the church denounces her accusers as unbelievers and goes on her way amassing treasure, building temples and places, making compacts with kings and covenants with mighty men. Wait, hold on one second, because hold on. The church denounces her accusers. So again, as unbelievers. So these are people that profess with their mouth, but their actions are totally against you. They're accusing you, some of you. Because prior to us talking about this whole divine masculine feminine energy or whatever, I feel like women were just, it was like this sister. I was kept on saying this thing about sisterhood ain't dead. It just need to be healed in a certain way, where we're the ones leading the community in a certain way, because our children are in danger and we might have to step the fuck up if men don't want to do it. If they got too much time, they playing with their homies and shit like that instead of trying to help you build an empire and then talking about you, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to look to another masculine for some kind of assistance when it comes to building, right? When they know exactly what they was placed here to do with you. But some of these people, they rather, it'd be easy to give a girl some funds or something and have her go out there and buy stuff for her own self, because these are people that, they don't have nothing to say. They all for the people until they get established in what they want. And then you don't hear nothing from them no more. All right. So again, we got the Hermit here. Okay. The type of people that they want to talk about, that because they sit alone and because they do these things. Some of us didn't have a choice. Everybody turned away. It's time for these people to get together on this plane right now and head towards somewhere where they can go ahead and make some type of difference here. To shine that light. We all have some kind of light, but some just are not using it. They just definitely aren't. Some acknowledge it. They sit in it. I wallow in mine. But it's time, I feel like, why? Well, it's not stopping me from not wanting to help people. But damn, if they don't want it from me, what do you want me to do? Force it down their throat? And then if I can't find no like-minded people, then what? So again, this is basically somebody saying, though, this church group is denouncing these accusers. So this making me think that they're saying that's not true about this person. Okay, you just don't believe in God, or you're non-believers, is what I'm feeling like when I'm reading here. Or this could be the idol. This could be the masculines choosing to go. Now this energy may not even be, this might be again the war on the womb energy. We'll just say that again. Mm. And goes on her way amassing treasure, building temples and places, making compacts with the kings and covenants with mighty men. So this is the whore of Babylon. I feel energy here. But it also could be people calling her that because her own people didn't want to deal with her, and she had to go to the waters because the water chose her in the first damn place to go ahead and make these changes here. This could be something of that nature. All right. This could also be the Sheba Solomon energy, Makeda, which is another part of that, the one that put the curse on him. So yeah. So we wonder, she was wondering, why does she always go back to the water? Why does she always go back to the water? And it's because of the own denial of the own people in their idol worship. It's easier in times when fear and all these things are taken over. It's easier to say, this looks nice and shiny. Let me listen to this. And it's just, it's hard sometimes. And again, I feel like some of these feminists that they already knew that they wanted to put over me, they didn't have the hidden cameras in their house, maybe. And if they did, it was only for a certain people. Okay. And I feel like it started out that way with me too. But I feel like some of these people did something to this masculine that was like all, in for the Empress. Maybe even by calling him Lucifer or a bad energy because of him protecting or whatever the Empress. And I feel like that's what this is. You're talking about son of man, son of God energy, the idol versus the original. And which one has the most money and power in this satanic world is the one that's going to win. When it comes to spirituality and source, the people that, are still going to be righteous and choose not to do these horrible things to other people. That healed themselves. They don't feel like they have to go out and hurt people, even knowing that sometimes people have gone through the same things. And they will go out and, or knowing that you confess these things to somebody and then they go out and make sure that they do the very same thing. So that must be talking about the soulless beings here. And then also I feel like jealousy and envy, because some of these people can be family and friends of you or this other person that just don't want to see them have anything because they're so used to them accompanying them. So they're just pointing the finger at you saying this, and that about you, gold digger or whatever, when it's really these people that are afraid to lose that masculine that has been holding them down for a certain amount of time. But the masculine is going to be upset because the masculine hasn't taken time to get to know his wife. So he's going to possibly choose those other people. Okay, while you're being pressed to leave everything and be a woman out there on your own when there's a target on your back, and you feel like this masculine is sitting on the sideline wanting that too, right? And but when you look that way, it's like, but you get to what? I don't get it. And this is not all masculines. I'm just saying, I feel like what I be picking up, okay, on the radar, okay? Yeah. Because if it can provide these outwardly worldly things, then that means it's better to some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, these additives and things like this when it comes to your body, whatever. All right. So it says, okay, it says making compacts with kings, okay? And while the forces arrayed against her are increasing in number and power, so she will lose her supremacy. Okay. So let's look at the Empress card. Okay. We're going to go ahead and look at her real quick. Okay. So because I feel like whoever this is, they think that they've gotten everything they need from the Empress. And it just is what it is. And I just like to be in real time, to be able to do this. Like I said, we talked about this the other day. Here is this wheat here. Because she is sitting high looking low. She's separating the wheat from the tare. They don't like her causing these problems. They can't touch her. Right? But they can probably try to get rid of this God, or if this God passes on or goes to the other side, on a mission or something, they can do some things to her to harm her. But these are things that she may be wiped out from her own memory. So they don't even know the deeply ingrained things that women might hold in their subconscious that may be affecting them heavily or in their presence on this earth and how they operate or they're not able to operate. So again, because they've discombobulated and compartmentalized her and left stars on her crown, but then she's judged because she deals with these stars. These are her sons, her grandfathers, her fathers, her husbands, her companions, those who have come and gone at previous times before. Okay. But they see her sitting like this and they're angry, right? Even these people may even want to see her remove this robe. Okay. It's almost like even look, but this robe is like right underneath her seat. She's not even wearing it. She's not allowed to wear it. Maybe she's hiding it so nobody can take it from her. That's all she have left is these things here. There's her kundalini leaving out of her body here because they're testing. They're doing real strange things. Okay, you would not even what they show me what these people be doing. We done lost the page. Did we? Yeah, we did. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay. So again, we're going to talk about her authority past. Okay. She is but a sign, a shadow. Okay. So this could also be talking about, like I said, this could be talking about the feminine energy or that in the likeness of the feminine energy. This is what I feel. It could also be talking about the Christian church itself, right? It could be talking about the church because I'm hearing something about wish you would have kept it, right? Because I feel like it's order in the church. Okay. And I feel like this is also like a doing of saying, see, I told you to shut up. But then if I would be quiet, then we would not bring any of this stuff to the platform and we would just turn around and be in a whole different damn world. Nobody would have time or any resources or anything to object or anything like that. This is why they want to keep people that are intelligent or really take time. You know what I'm saying? They want to use their mind. They want to keep you on your back or they want to keep you out the house at work or, on some hamster wheel or something like that. They don't want a woman that just can sit there and sit like this. She's a problem for these people. Brains and beauty, she's a threat. And any chance they get, they're going to rile up. And if you look at this carefully, it looked like little people, the angry, marching towards somebody. But she's a fucking giant. She's a giant, dude. These could also, this could also represent Mount Seir or, that highest peak or mount. What could be the mind as well, like that top of a pyramid or something like that. Well, again, this would be also the top that was taken down or taken off. Because she's sitting with a bedrobe on, but then we see the other queens and stuff like that. I mean, their outfits ain't all that either. But I mean, she got a bedrobe on, even got the little lace shit around the neck. I don't know why you can't see it. She even got like a little lace collar around her neck. Like one of them pajama things from like the 90s or whatever. All right. This is only a small part left. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get to it. Okay. And it is impossible for her to regain her lost ascendancy or to return to her throne. Okay. Dreams of her universal. And I feel like this is what these people are saying. It's ridiculous to me. Okay. Or this could be somebody that wasn't supposed to be on a throne in the first place. Okay. This might be somebody that wasn't supposed to be on the throne in the first place. But if somebody is going into your home, sneaking around, scouting you out, and taking pictures of you in your bathroom, I feel like this is what the defilement, they're talking about a form of defilement here. This could also be, like I told y'all, to defile a woman, rape, or this might even be like, again, some kind of, giving her in vitro fertilization to make it seem like she was promiscuous and not knowing who her baby's father. So whoever this male or this feminine energy, this evil, wicked person, they want to tear somebody down. They want to tear your home apart, your life apart, lose your job, do this. Matter of fact, and then after you lose all of them, she want to be sitting on the other side so she can take them. Okay. And then she also wants to be able to leave you wounded, sick, something, right? Maybe with child. Okay. I'm telling you, these are these governing energies that's over us, these earthly, it's a piece of hair. These earthly parents that they want you to respect, but if they don't respect you and if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, the children are going to be unruly. But some of these people are doing what they're focused on the main girl. They're looking for the fairest. These are women that need something from you, some essence or something. So they're looking for the fairest one of all in their apple, their barrel of apples, so that they can defile it or poison it. So all night and day, they ceaseth not to try to put the disillusions in your mind, to try to manipulate your way. They don't like the fact that some of you have been in a marriage for 20 something years. It's just something. It's just something very vile and wicked. Okay. They don't like you being the apple of the eye of the village chief. Her scepter has been broken forever. So this is making me think about, again, what Rand Paul was just talking about. Something about some kind of thing that's going to be put in act. They trying to put in act or something in within the next couple of days. If that video wasn't old, I don't know. Okay. So again, they want to break her scepter. So again, her voice. Okay, you got that shit that people gonna look for but won't find. That's that bit. I'm telling you, that's been on my mind all day, because these people think that they are the cause, and I think they are the cause of sometimes, some of the messages coming out tainted. This piece of hair is about to irritate me. All right. But again, it is what it is. I push the envelope. I don't think I've done anything wrong. First of all, these people don't have no jurisdiction over me. I don't take orders from liars, deceivers, manipulators, and people like that. That's just the whole thing right there for me. And if everybody had that attitude and moved that fucking way, I bet you one thing. And stuck together and clung together, I bet you one thing. A lot of shit had changed overnight. If they can shut the government down for a certain amount of time, then you can shut your fucking self down for a certain amount of time and see how far they go. But people worried about their job or money or whatever this would be. So it's never going to happen. So again, they feel like they have us by the balls. People are struggling right now. So you can't really make no hasty. Well, I'm not going to say you can't. There's no way that people can't do anything if it's enough. The revolutionary movement of the age is universal and irresistible. Wait a minute. Her scepter has been broken forever. Already. Okay, so this is that imprisonment forever here. That 1,000 years to shut her down so that she won't be able to speak. Okay. That her word won't be heard. And while all these people build and build and build and build in her name and in her state, and become the stewards of the land. And since we see that this is happening, I don't understand why somebody is not already together to stop it. But that's what they made sure to stay here all this time for these 2 years to do, to make sure that can't happen. But for some reason, I just feel like something's going to change. I just feel like it's going to be like the dust blown in their eye. I feel like this is somebody that's on some kind of little high right here real quick. And they're about to get the dust blown in their fucking eye. And so they're going to have to sit the fuck down.